Hey there, welcome back to a little bit more Keeping Mentally Healthy. I'm Lorraine and I work for the Methodist Church, though I'm sure you already know that by now, but just in case you've wandered in and not seen any of these videos before, I thought I'd introduce myself. And I will introduce this one as well. This is Princess Bernard, and every now and again he sneaks in to help me explain some different things. So if you're wondering why I've got a random dragon here holding a balloon, I'm just not going to tell you. No, I will a bit later. Okay, so what are we going to be talking about today? Well, this whole series has all been about understanding how we are all different, how we're unique, and all the different ways we are unique. And the fact that I'm going to be talking about it still for the next few weeks just really makes us realise how different we all are. And also, I hope it helps you when you start feeling bad because you're different to other people. And often we do, don't we? Like, oh, I wish I was like them. I wish I was like them. We're designed to be different. Don't beat yourself up about being different. That is the way you are designed to be. So I want you to, by listening to these videos, kind of just accept who you are and just go, yeah, you're brilliant just the way you are. But it's always good to learn about ourselves as well, because that helps us know end in the future. Okay, so today we are talking about how we learn differently, how we process information, and how we take in lots of information from the world around us. Because every single day we are bombarded with lots and lots of information, aren't we? Even things that we probably don't even realise, that we've taken in. Like, oh, my teacher's wearing a blue jumper today, or oh, it's a bit cloudy outside. There's all of this information that we are taking in all of the time, and how we maybe take in that information and get it stuck in our brain is, in to make it really, really stick. It might be different for all of us. So that's just what I wanted to explore a little bit about today. Now, this is where Princess Bernard comes in. So, Princess Bernard has got a balloon, as you can see. So, what I want you to imagine is lots of different balloons floating about with all sorts of information on. So, it might be that your teacher's just told you that 7 times 8 is 56. Okay, so there's that bit of information. And there might be another bit of information you need to remember. Your mum's told you you've got a dentist appointment after school today, or you've got to remember that you pack up today. Whatever it is that these bits of information that you've been told, how do you make them get in there and get stuck in there? Okay, so it's almost like how you might grab those bits of those balloons and things and keep them so it really kind of sticks in your head. Okay, so there's roughly about 4 different ways. But do you know what? I think we all vary and we all maybe have a little bit of this and a little bit of that and learn different things at different times in different ways. But let's get back to the basics. So, firstly, you might be what's called a visual learner. So, you really learn best by seeing things, and you might like pictures and maps and things like that. So that might be how you see it, how you learn best. Okay, you might also be what's called an auditory learner as well. So by hearing, you learn best by hearing something or talking about something. So that might be how you learn best. And then the third one is what's called read write. So you might like making lists, or you might like writing things down. So if your teacher's talking and you like to write little notes and things like that, then you might be a read write learner, and that might be how you learn best. Okay, and the last one is, now here's a fancy word that'll get you extra brownie points every word: kinesthetic. I'll say it again: kinesthetic. I'm going to say it again because it's a really good word: kinesthetic. So basically, it means that you're hands-on, and the way you learn is to touch it and just have a really good look. So here's my hand cream, and you might just go, oh, I see, the lid goes like that and that goes like that, and you squeeze. So it might be that that's how you learn to really get to grips with something like that. And there's no right or wrong way. It's just that is how you learn best. And it's also helpful because you're going to learn how you don't learn best. I'll give you an example. So for me, I know I am not a great auditory learner. So if someone is giving me directions, I'll go, no. If I'm lucky, I might remember two of the directions. Go left here, turn right at the traffic light. So I might get as far as that, and then it's like, whoo, gone. Absolutely gone. No chance. I'll end up stuck in the middle of town somewhere. So I know I need to write it down or I need to see a map. See, I know that about myself now. So rather than get myself lost, I will make sure I have a map and maybe get them to show me on my map. Or if I'm asking for directions, I will write it down. See, handy. And do you know what? For so many years, I used to beat myself up and used to think I was being a bit stupid because somebody would ring me up and give me a load of information and I'd be like, ugh. And I'd think, oh, I'm really stupid. But then the minute I started writing it down, so I'd be on a phone call. I used to be an accountant, so add up lots of numbers and things like that. Somebody would ring me up and start shouting a load of numbers, not shouting, but telling me a load of numbers, and I'd be going, I go, just a minute, get a notepad, and I start writing it down. I go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, got it, that's fine. So once I realised that actually that's just the way I learn, then you can work with that. And also another example is whenever I'm learning and I'm on a course or something like that, and the tutor might say to me, okay, don't worry about taking notes because I'll give you all the slides, the PowerPoints and a handout a bit later on. I just completely ignore that because I know I have to write it down. And you'll see here, so this is my scrawlings for what I'm going to say today. And of course, I'm talking to you and I'm not, reading out from it, am I? But that has just helped me think about what I'm going to say and help me remember what I'm going to say. So it's very useful to know. Now, I'll give you another funny example. So there'll be lots of times when you've got to learn things like spellings, haven't you? So this is a great example. So my son, who is nearly 16 now, of course, when he was at primary school, has to learn lots of spellings. And bless his heart, is dyslexic, which means he learns very differently. And what he will do is I think he's quite an auditory learner as well. So writing things down for him is never going to work, and or just drawing pictures is not going to work. So we hit on a way of learning the spellings with him, which was just completely bonkers. So one particular way is we learn the haka. Now, I don't know if any of you have come across the haka. So it's the New Zealand rugby team. Have you ever seen them on the telly where they do like a bit of a tribal dance? And it's because the ancient tribes of New Zealand, called the Maoris, they used to do this dance to kind of fight off the enemies, and kind of frighten them. And the New Zealand rugby team still carry on that tradition. And he was learning about the haka at school. And so I said, right. And he also had to learn the word ancient. So I went, right, okay, well, what about the ancient tribes of New Zealand? Let's learn the haka. So apologies for looking stupid, but you know me, I'm shameless. I'll look stupid. I don't care. For your benefit, I'll be stupid. So it went like this. It went, ankh, ankh, itna, itna, tuh. And that's how you spell ancients. A-N-C-I-E-N-T, ancient. So we did the haka. And do you know what? I said to him the other day, I said, do you remember us doing the haka to learn the word ancient? And he went, yeah. I said, can you still spell it? And he did. And I said, were you doing the haka in your head? And he said, yeah. So, do you know what? Whatever it takes to help you learn. So when there's important information like that, you just got to get creative and find the different ways that you learn best. Okay, and no one way or right way is all fine. Just do it the way you learn best. as best you can. So what we're going to do now for our activity is we are going to do a little activity. I'm going to find lots of bits of different things. We're going to try and remember a few different items. So gather some items about you, or maybe your teacher already has some available for you. And I guess you're going to need your own individual set for this because you're going to need to touch them as well. So got to be careful, haven't we? Okay, so, and this is designed just to get you to have a go at different learning styles. So there's going to be say about, I don't know, go 5 or 6 items. So here, look, I've got my sellotape dispenser. You won't have one of these, but and I've got my hand cream, and I've got my pen, and let's see, I've got my notepad, and I've got my diary. Okay, so I've got all these things there. Now, if I need to memorise the items there, you know, like that game where they cover things in a tea towel, and then they cover the tea towel, and you've got to remember what all those items are. So try this. So now try the different styles and see what you think, and then you'll start to discover, oh, actually, I'm learning better by doing it this way. So it might be. So for me, do you know what the first thing I would do to remember all these things? I'd write a list, because that's how I learn. I write things down, which is absolutely fine. So I might write a list and I've got, yeah, okay, I can remember those now. But that might not be your style. So have a go at the others as well. So you might want to draw little pictures of them, or you might want to, have a story that links them, or actually you might want to listen to the sounds it makes. So listen to this. Ooh, it's quite satisfying, isn't it? So you might sort of listen to the sound that makes, or here, there's my notepad, and actually that makes a good noise, doesn't it? So by then making things make a noise, you might then be able to go, oh yeah, well, I remember that because that made that funny noise when it did that. So try the different ways, and so you might look at that and go, oh yeah, look at that beautiful flower that's on there. But yeah, also you might like to really get to grips with it and go, oh look, that squeezes there and that comes out like that, and that. Try the different ways. So those ways, if you remember, are visual, so seeing things, auditory, hearing things, kinesthetic. I do like that word, kinesthetic. So to get a hold of things and see how they work, and read-write, to write it down, make a list, maybe make a story out of it. It's up to you. So I'll leave you to have a bit of a go at that. Now, just remember the point of this is not to remember everything, and it's not a competition to see who can remember all things. It doesn't matter. The point is just to see how you work best and to see how you best remember. And I wonder how that might help you in the future. Maybe it'll help you learn your spellings or get to grips with your times tables. And maybe you've now learned that 7 times 8 is 56. And you know what? If it helps because you've written it on a balloon, that's fine. Whatever works for you. Or maybe you can have a go at doing the haka. Okay, take care and have fun. Bye now.